Hey guys, welcome to our first episode of Studio Nights.
Woo!
We wanted to take this time to start off by giving you guys like a brief introduction of ourselves and of the show, so you guys kind of get to know us and the reason why we started this whole podcast.
So a little story about how we met, right? Remember, Valerie, I met you at the Catholic campus ministry at UCF, and I remember they introduced me to you and that you were in architecture school and you were kind of starting, right?
Yeah, I think I'm a year below you, I guess.
Yeah.
With like the undergrad and everything. So I remember you being like, I think you had just passed the pinup and I was about to start the pinup. And I really wanted your advice. And I was like, I need to ask Vale. And I was like, I really need to ask Valeria to see if she can look at my pinup before I pin up.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to pass that pinup.
And me and Alex, you remember we met at undergrad? And we really weren't that close back then.
Or know each other closely. Because we each had our own like friends group.
Yeah.
In the undergrad. But we had a couple classes together.
Yeah. Not in lower division.
No,
just
not in lower division. In UCF.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from there, well, me and Vale both took a gap year.
And I didn't even know you.
Yeah, me and Valerie, we did not know each other.
You never saw her?
No.
I don't remember. I mean, I feel like the only place or like thing that I remember you is when you had gone to study abroad. And some of my friends wanted to go to study abroad and we were wondering how that was. So we put you in a group chat.
And I don't remember this at all. I think my year abroad was the first one after COVID, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah.
It was.
So it was literally just three of us.
Yeah.
But yes, after undergrad, me and Vale took a gap.
Yep.
And then Valerie was a year behind us. So by the time me and Vale started in the master's in City Lab, Valerie went straight in from undergrad.
Yeah.
And so the stars aligned. And
we connected.
And we connected.
Yeah. I remember the first day I walked in the classroom with Professor Blumetti. And I was so nervous. I'm like, man, I'm going to start this master's and I don't know nobody. But I did.
Did you know anyone that was going to start or were you just...
No, I did. I haven't talked to anybody.
Really?
No, yeah. I didn't know anybody that was going to start. And then I saw Valerie sitting down with her friends and then Alex was there. But I still sat by myself on the corner. Yeah.
And I didn't know you at all. And at the beginning, I remember that at the beginning of the semester, we went to Sarasota for a site visit.
Yeah. And
we still, I mean, that's when I started to reconnect with Vale. But then I don't think I had met you officially, Alex.
Yeah, just in class, we would like not really talk, but just like exist in class together and participate in class discussion together. But I think we were sitting next to each other in class, like whenever we'd be in person, but we just didn't really talk like that.
Yeah.
Until like halfway in. I don't even know how it came to be that we just started talking.
I think, I remember that Vale started talking to you. And I think I started making a connection with you because you were in my wing class.
Oh, yes. We also had
in
wing
adaptive
together.
Adaptive reuse.
And iPal.
Yeah, that's so true. So then I remember that Vale then introduced me to you.
Yes. I remember
because you guys had like reconnected.
Yeah.
And then...
What did I tell you, Alex, that first day?
I have terrible memory. I have this image in my head, and I don't even know if this is accurate. You guys should tell me. Of me sitting in the back of the classroom with Valerie next to me and Vale in front of us. We were talking about... you and me, I think we were talking about iPal, but Vale wasn't in iPal.
Yeah.
But we wanted to start studying for the tests. And so me and Valerie were talking about it. And then I think you mentioned it to Valerie, or one of us mentioned it to Valerie, and she was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And that's what started the bond. The heavy bond.
The power trio.
The power trio is what we call ourselves. Because then from there, well, for one, we were also in studio together. Yeah, we were studying after studio together.
Yeah.
Me and Valerie had other classes together. You guys had research methods together. So really, we were talking all the time, seeing each other all the time. So it was very quickly that this friendship grew very strong, very fast.
Yeah.
And that's how it was through G1, then through the trauma of G2.
We fought our way into having the same class in G2.
We had studio together again in G2, which was great. G3, same thing. And in G3,
the crazy summer we had.
With IBT and everything.
IBT, global approaches, other classes I don't remember anymore. I think we had Wang too over the summer.
Sacred spaces.
We did everything together. Everything we could do together, we did together.
After that first studio, we're like, let's just do masters. Like, I think we got together one time and then put our schedules and our classes that we wanted to take to see what could line up perfectly so we could all have the same schedule because we wanted to study
together
for the Aries.
Alex helped me do our advising sheet. She was the advisor for the whole 2 years of masters for all of us.
You need to take. And these are the semesters you need to take. And this is all that you're missing. And
then fall came. And I think it was before fall that this whole podcast thing. So guys, Alex and I, we had heard something about what Vale was thinking, but
it was because Vale had mentioned to us that City Lab had a podcast previously.
True.
Well, everything started because I found out City Lab had a podcast, right? Like you said. And I kind of went in there and listened to those episodes, and it was kind of like the students talking about their life and their experiences, and I just found it pretty interesting. But I've always had this kind of like goal of mine to have like a podcast, but I've never felt like I wanted to do it by myself or me talking by myself or something like that. And when I met you guys, it just clicked. I'm like, these are my people. This is it. So I don't remember really how.
Yeah, I remember
I told you guys
we were here planning to study for the ARE, right?
And you're here in your house. Where are we?
Everything was always at my apartment.
That
we would hang out and study and do whatever. But we were here, and I think Valery had gotten here first. So me and Valery were chatting, and then you came, and you were just like, guys,
just hear me out.
And everything. But you guys don't have to, be involved. I can organize this or that. And we were like, Vale, no, and you were just like, first you told us about the podcast that City Lab used to have.
Yeah.
And then you kind of were just like, what if we did a podcast?
Yeah.
But at like our podcast, right?
Yeah.
Where we, talk to professionals and hear their stories. And from there, me and Valery, I don't think me and Valery had a moment of like, no. We both kind of just looked at Vale and we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yep.
No, and then I remember that it was like, I feel like you planted a seed at first and kind of like made us think about the possibility. And then afterwards you're like, let me like do a little presentation for you guys.
I presented on your screen.
You did?
Yes.
I remember.
I think it was like the next Friday we were supposed to study, and then what we did was Vale presented on the TV like a great architect she is. Her idea, her pitch of like what the podcast could be, and we were like, yeah, that'd be so cool to do.
And is it in my did I told you guys like I'm gonna do everything, you guys don't worry about it, don't stress out, I'll stress out.
You felt like you were pressuring us to be involved, but we wanted to be involved.
Exactly.
Like we were just
from the beginning.
We were down. We were down for it.
It was a whole week. I kept texting them like, guys, but if you don't want to do this, you can tell me the truth.
I mean, Valery's like, no,
we want to. Yeah.
I think we were all very excited because I think for us, like, especially after G2 and in the summer, we were so burnt out. We were so tired.
Destroyed.
We were like, and mind you, we were all still working.
Exactly.
A lot of hours in our firms. So we wanted something for ourselves, something to do for fun that we could look forward to in the week that wasn't just school or work. And this was it.
I kind of called it the moment of pause.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
We need, like, we're running and doing all these things just in our everyday. And it's kind of like a moment to pause and just have a conversation and have a, reflect about choices in life, the path you're going through, your experience, like really why are we doing what we're doing?
And yeah, I mean, that's, which is insane to me because I remember, I never thought I'd be part of a podcast, and here I am. But it was like such a cool.
I knew it all along. The first day I saw you guys is so cute.
But it's been like even though we're like literally at the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's been a really cool journey. I mean, guys, like, just so you know, we started this August 2025. Like, it hasn't been a full year.
This has been in production since August 2025.
Yep.
So Vale pitched the idea, and then we got to work. Like,
yeah, immediately. We were like,
started.
We're not studying anymore. We have podcast stuff that we need to prioritize.
Our new baby.
Yeah, our new baby. And for us, the most important thing that comes first, the name.
Yeah.
The name, yeah.
That came pretty quickly for us.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. Because usually naming a brand is
the hardest part.
The hardest part.
Yeah.
But for us, the hardest part was the logo.
I think it was a really big process because the name, we all brainstormed, and then from there kind of like pitched our ideas and the reasons why. So we decided on Studio Nights. We thought it really gave like
it resembled, like, for us as students, we spend a lot of time in the studio at night, whether we're in a physical studio at school or whether we're in our home studio or whatever it is.
Yeah. Even professionally.
And professionally, like, we have what we do during the day, work and class. And then at night, the brain starts to get to work and we start to, do our projects.
Exactly.
Do our work. So for us, we always felt like throughout our academic careers and professional careers in firms, the night would be the times where the inspiration would really start to come. Yeah.
The crazy ideas will be pitched at night.
Yeah.
Which honestly happened with this.
Yeah.
That's exactly how this was born.
Yep.
At night. Yeah.
One crazy night.
One crazy night. We were supposed to be studying. So Studio Nights just came naturally, the name.
And then from there, Alex was saying that logo took a while.
The logo took months.
Months, you guys.
We have maybe one day, very, very far from now, maybe we can show our previous iterations, but
let's just say hamburger.
Yeah.
We leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
But no, I mean, the craziest part is that after so many months, literally, trying to figure out the logo, one day we were all on Zoom and we're like, we have to figure this out today.
Yeah.
We set deadlines for ourselves, guys. Like, we weren't out here planning this podcast with no end date. Like, we were like, okay, the logo needs to be decided by this date, and then this by this date, and then so on. Like, we assigned ourselves these things.
And you guys know, like, as architects, we work on deadlines, because if we don't have a deadline, nothing is going to keep on
never going to get done,
extending forever.
And I think it's like, it's pretty cool because, it's 3 of us. Let's start there. And we're all like very perfectionists in the things we do and how we do it.
Exactly.
So we all brought in like all these ideas of logos that we like this one, but then she didn't like this line, and then the other one liked the circle. And so it was like, we were like spinning the wheel so much. I remember Kenzie came one day and she's like, you guys, but what's your purpose? Like, what's your thing?
Yeah.
And that kind of like, we took a step back and we're like, yeah, we can come with all these amazing, crazy ideas, but really, what's a logo that represents kind of like a purpose? Right? So that's kind of, it gave us a little light.
Yeah.
Back then, we took a step back and we looked at the overall picture. We came up with these words that kind of helped us. Got to this amazing logo you guys see now.
This logo was born in like 30 minutes. From nothing. It was born in 30 minutes. Which just goes to show, like, we were overthinking what we wanted.
Yeah, we were.
We were trying to tie too many things into what we wanted what we wanted the visual representation of our brand to be.
Exactly.
When really all we needed was something that was simple
and elegant,
but still reflected the concept of this show and this project, right? And I feel that's exactly what our Studio Nights logo is. And we also wanted something flexible. In our previous iterations, we were playing around with colors and shapes, and we wanted something.
Shades,
hamburgers. Yeah, hamburgers. They don't want to know what the hamburger is.
Yeah.
And we also saw a vision for, our social media pages. So we wanted to make sure that whatever logo we had could be flexible depending on, what we're posting and what posters we're making and whatever it is. And none of our previous iterations were flexible.
We're doing nothing, yeah.
Right? Or simple enough. They were all very...
They were too complicated. I feel like we were overthinking
we were
a lot.
Definitely overthinking.
And I feel like kind of goes with life. Sometimes we're like overthinking, when we're at studio as well, like working. We overthink so much the work we do, but sometimes you really do need to take a step back and think like, really, why do I start and what's my purpose?
The goal.
What's my goal for this project?
I think it was literally like that moment where you present your idea to your professor and it's like this crazy whatever thing. Your professor's like,
what?
What if you just do this?
Yeah.
It's the most simple but so strong idea.
Because it goes back to your main concept.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to add so many layers that just that take away from the main.
Yeah.
The main reason. And I mean, from the beginning, we wanted to launch in 2026, January 2026.
Yeah, we knew we had to give ourselves time because again, we were in G3. We were working full time, like G3 was still a very heavy studio for us. And we had to be realistic in the expectations, and we were also very excited and we wanted people to be excited. So we didn't want to make promises of, having the launch and this day and not be able to meet it, because we were very serious about this. We wanted, merch for everything. We wanted, stickers and magnets and all these things. We were planning all these things. We wanted to have everything flushed out before fully coming out and launching. We wanted to have episodes already recorded and stuff in the works. It's not like we don't have a plan or a schedule of what we're doing here. I think we've been very organized.
I think so.
Yeah, I know.
With all the craziness in our life.
With all the craziness, I think we've had to be. Right.
Yeah. So really the main vision of this, project, this idea is to create this space, right? Where students or professionals, anyone in the architecture community overall, but just they can come together and talk about real stories, talk about why. What's the why behind the things we do? And how are we connecting kind of architecture to everyday life in general?
Because, it's what we notice as students is that there is more than what we see and what we know about a person. For example, a lot of the times when I'm explaining this podcast and our goal to friends or classmates or coworkers, I kind of describe it like we know a person very superficially when we first meet them, but we don't really know their story. So I feel like this podcast really opens up a space for them to actually speak about who they are and how they got to the point that they are at right now and what goals they want for the future. And even get to know about their niche. We all have a specific thing that we do as professionals, as architects, as designers, as students, that could actually help other students, other professionals in their life just by listening to that. Kind of give them a spark of ideas or understanding that not everyone has an easy path to a specific goal. It's never linear.
It's never linear.
I think a main goal of this show is to reach people in a way of being able to inspire them. And give them a little bit of wisdom. And I think that's why when you're in school, and this isn't just for architecture, really anybody in school, you grow such close bonds with the people that you have class with and the people that you meet because you're going through all of this together. And
the struggles, man.
The struggles. Any career is hard to go through alone, and I think especially architecture and the field that we're in is very collaborative. And I think that's why we enjoy doing this, because it's collaborative.
Yeah.
And we've never done projects together.
Which is, that's so
which
true.
Would be amazing.
I wanted.
I know.
But yeah.
So this is our
This
project.
is like our mini project.
This is our project. Yeah.
I feel like, but the thing is, we all have like a little bit of everything.
I think this is why our relationship works really well.
Yeah.
One, because
we can be leaders.
We're all leaders.
We're all leaders.
I think we're all leaders, but sometimes when you're very similar to another person, you clash. Not to say that, well, we don't clash, but it's not to say we don't sometimes disagree.
Yeah, right? No, that's normal.
Exactly. We do sometimes disagree, you guys. But I think also we have a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we each understand that each of us brings something to the table.
Yeah.
Very true.
And we have no doubt in what Valery can bring, and what Vale can bring, and what I can bring. We know that we can count and rely on each other.
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't think there was ever a moment where we questioned that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why agreeing to this project was so seamless.
Yeah.
And we never doubted, because like Vale said, she never saw herself doing this with anybody else. And I think me and Valery feel the same.
Yeah.
We couldn't see.
We just click.
We just click.
And we are very similar in a lot of things, but we're also so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are.
Like we see different
perspectives.
And I feel like that's the beauty of like the fact that we're all leaders. We're all good designers. We're all good documentarians, but at the same time, we're all different. So then that kind of creates this very unique group.
Yeah.
Where the podcast kind of flourished.
Yeah. So continuing with the show, every episode we want to have, or most episodes, we want to have a guest on that can bring their own story.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, their own piece of advice, their own niche. And hopefully through that, people can meet other people through this show, be introduced to people in the community through this show.
Yeah.
And maybe if you're thinking about, I'm really interested in sustainability, we have somebody on that talks about sustainability, you can hear a little bit more about that, what that's like in the real world. I think that's the biggest disconnect, is between students and the professional life. I know for sure, me as a student, I always wondered, what is the real world like? What is working in an architecture firm actually like? Because it's not like school.
It's not like school.
Not at all.
It's not like school. And for some people, that's great. For some people, it's rough.
Yeah.
And
we just want to make that transition a little smoother.
Yeah. And be able to answer questions for people who are wondering, or if you some people already know, I want to do healthcare, I want to do entertainment, I want to do whatever it is, but I don't know any firms that really do that. Okay, like we want to be able to provide those sort of answers to those questions through the show, and also be an outlet for the guests that join us to be able to talk about what interests them,
exactly,
what they want to share with the community.
I think it's also important to see that sometimes, professionals in general also have questions, or it will be also a platform for those people too, hearing the experience or the path of another professional or another architect or a landscape architect, an interior designer. There's so many different areas in the career we do. How to run your own firm, how to be a project manager is a whole other thing, and how to be in sustainability, like Alex is saying, is a whole other thing. They're dealing with so many different types of people every day as well, and as architects we need to learn how to have relationships with your clients, with your team, how to be a good mentor, you know.
Which comes with practice.
Yeah.
But I think we want to use this podcast as a way of giving you guys like an insight of what life really is. Because, I mean, like Alex was saying, even what I remember as a student, there was like such a huge disconnect between, or I felt like there was a really big disconnect between me and a professional. Yeah. Like I felt like I was too intimidated,
too far away
by them. Like, yes, that they were like almost unreachable.
Unreachable.
But I think I guess we just want to show that we're all learning. Like every day, we're learning something new.
Even the professionals are still learning.
Yeah, and it's a possibility for students to just get to the point that they want to. Like those goals can be reached. They are attainable, even though they might feel far-fetched.
Impossible, yeah.
But that's kind of like what Studio Nights is all about. Connecting, collaborating, creating these conversations that really deepen what our understanding of what architecture and design is. Not just mostly in the real world, but also as it shapes us as humans and our surroundings. Like it's not just what we see on the surface. Like just, we got to dig a little deeper.
Yeah. And I think that's what's kind of exciting too, is we don't want to just talk about architecture and firm life, but how does that relate to our personal life? How does that relate to, you know, how does the way we grew up influence where we are? You know, those deeper conversations too, I think they matter, because sometimes you grow up a certain way and you think that you'll never make it, but you'll see that you can, you know? So.
And it's important to kind of understand where you're coming from, and kind of understand like what's your passion and the things you do. You know, you don't want to do something that doesn't really make you happy, or you haven't really found your thing. And I feel like having these conversations with so many people, we've met so many people, we had so many conversations, and that really opens up like a lot of things. And I think it's really interesting.
And with that, guys, well, that's a little bit about us, how we met, how we kind of created this bond, and then how Studio Nights was born. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of our episodes. There's so much coming, and we're very, very excited.
Very excited.
Very excited for you guys to hear and see what's going to go on. And thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks.